in Shawnee, Kansas. Hi, Keith. You're on the air. Hello. Hello, Keith. Keith, it's now or never. Keith, it's never.
You know, I have the same conversation with Keith every time he calls in.
That's right. You have the calls, don't you, on the HBO show?
Oh man, but I tell him I want the creme de la creme of psychosis screened in. I don't want him screened out. What's the sense of being on cable taking live calls if you can't get some full bore craziness, man? Woo, I get some threatening cats.
Do you have any phobias? Are you scared of anything?
Flying.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm scared of takeoff.
We had Stephen King on, the master of macabre. That's all he talked about is how petrified he is of flying. And, you know, I think I'd be useless. I noticed the new thing on the plane, the big thing, is that if you sit by the exit door, you know, there's a lot of qualifications now.
Yeah, they want you to help in case.
Yeah, I've been an idiot for years. I've sat next to that door. Nobody said a word. All of a sudden, I got to be a Navy SEAL, you know, because that's my first impulse. If I do survive the wreck, I'm going back in to get the guy in 13C who wouldn't quit picking his nose throughout the flight. You know, yeah, other hand. You know, if you ever get on a plane, see me sitting next to the exit door, I've lied to the stewardess. I've told her I'm going to help you. I'm not. You're going to look over at me, you're going to see a Roadrunner cloud heading off into the distance. And I expect the same out of you. You don't owe me your life. A computer just put us together. We're not the defiant ones. About the best you can expect out of me is I might allow you to draft me as I move rapidly away from the plane. You tuck right in here on this left hip like Earnhardt at Talladega. Maybe I'll get you home. That's just, I don't know, flying scares the hell out of me. You know, and all they do is apologize now. I swear to God, if the plane ever does go down, that's the last thing you'll hear as you plummet to the earth. You know, this is the captain speaking. You're about to buy it. Sorry about that. Your last drink's on us. Yes, stewardess Alva died. Oh, make it a Coke.
And light them up if you like.
Right. Smoke if you got them. Yeah.
Because this is it.
Well, I remember I was on a flight once coming into Los Angeles, and we were flying. You know, it goes right past downtown L.A.
Yeah.
Is on your right when they lower the landing gear. That's usually the drill. I was coming back from the Grammys or the Emmys or something that was in New York, an award show, and a bird or something, as it turns out later, flew into the engine. And it pulverized it, but made this huge explosive pop that you heard throughout the plane. And it didn't really go too much, but it went a little to the right and went boom. And, you know, you could see everybody's just talking, but it got real serious.
Gets your attention.
Yeah, Michael Keaton's on the plane. And he says, "Don't worry, I'm Batman." He was so cool, man. He had it just like that.
The last time I flew to New York, a couple of weeks back, there was a guy next to me.
Oh, how was that? Where did I saw you on the streets with Regis doing stuff?
Yeah, Regis and I were wandering the streets, stuff that's there now that wasn't there when I was there and stuff like that, you know.
Alternate side of the street, urination.
Yes. No, they've cleaned that up now, as a matter of fact. And the thing that bothered me, they have so cleaned up Times Square now. There's a lot of topless dancers and pimps who are out of work. These people are unemployment, you know. I said to the mayor, I said, what are they supposed to do? But flying back there was a guy next to me. He must have made, Dennis, 45 telephone calls between Los Angeles and JFK.
What is that, 10 bucks a pop? Right?
I have no idea what it is, but I thought to myself, how can you call 45 people in 5 hours on an airplane? Why would you want to talk to them? I mean, one of the nice things about flying is you're away from the phone and the pager for a little bit.
Well, maybe he was skittish. You never know. You know what I mean? It's
well, I'm
people
skittish.
Have their
I
own
drink
rituals.
vodka. I don't call people on the phone.
That's your little ritual.
Yeah, right.
You just put the IV of Stoli in. Boom. Pretty soon I see you out on the wing. I'm Lithgow. You're hanging on the ring and the hair does not move.
Oh, yes, it does. Don't you start on my comb over. I'm doing the best I can.
I was going to say,
Go ahead.
You and Giuliani together.
Oh,
well,
stop it. Am I that bad? Really?
No, you got a nice one. But Rudy, he's bringing it over from somebody else's head.
No, I'm just covering a little right here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, man. This is starting to look like that cove where Elvis got married in Blue Hawaii. A little seaplane coming up here.
Don't you love the way women, they always say, we don't care if a guy's bald. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they don't care if you cry either. Try that 3 times in a row, see if you get laid.
And when you lived in New York doing Saturday Night Live, did you have your kids then?
No.
No. Did you live in Manhattan or out?
Yeah, I lived in the Upper West Side.
How was mass transit, public transportation in New York? I took the subway.
I just walked. You know
Oh, yeah,
what? I couldn't go on that subway anymore because, you know, really, I'm not trying to be mean, but everybody whizzed on there. It was like an air whiz owl or something, you know? I mean, it was just, you know, people saying, you're just ragging on New York. I'm not. You know, the place is brutal. I don't think I had the right stuff for New York.
Well, it's different now, I'll tell you. There's a whole different feel, a whole different energy in that city. We were there, you know, last week and the week
he's
before.
asking everybody to be cordial, right, Giuliani?
Polite. they have buttons now. We're polite New Yorkers.
That lasts around 3 seconds.
About 3 seconds, yeah. Could you tell me where the Empire State Building is, or should I just go right?
Well, listen, it's a great place to visit. You dug living there, right?
I love living in New York. It's easier to live there than to visit. You know, when you visit, you got to cram everything into a week. If you live there, you can take your time, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun, Next week, you hit number 100?
100 shows, yeah. I'm down there in the Bob Barker studio, though, where he's done 5,000. You know, you get a plaque for 5,000. I guess I'm up for the tote bag next week or something, you know. It's kind of a little
Well, you come to think of it, you know, 6 years on HBO, and you're finally getting to 100 shows. I mean, you're stealing over there, you know?
5 years, yeah. Well, they say 6, but the first year was like 6 weeks, you know. It wasn't really a full year. But I figure I've been on SNL like 125 times. I've done this 100 times. I did around 125 in my short-lived talk show. So I'm up to around 350 for sundry other ones. I might have been on TV around 500 times. And you know what? I think I got around 502 in me. I'm pretty close. I've been checking the files lately. I'm down to that pair of socks that is torn. Tells you it's time to do the wash.
It is always a joy to be with you, my friend.
All right, Tommy.
Happy 100.
Now you have me back. I'll be affronted if I'm not here towards the end.
Not so hard on my old arthritic hand, for God's sake.
Well, don't come at me like a wuss, big guy.
Okay. Dennis Miller from Dennis Miller Live on HBO, and the new book, which I will now show, has his picture on the cover, is called Ranting Again. Guess what, folks? That's the plug. And he is out of here. We'll be right back after this short break.